All right, you guys, so let's get on to the center for a template 15. So this is what we're going to try to make. Okay, so let's get started. So again, like I said, I am using the Michaels gold foil, the one that's just one-sided. And so what you want to do is you're going to start off by folding it in half and cutting it, and you're going to want these two strips. Okay, so I already have mine ready to go because it is kind of time consuming. So what you want is you're going to have two of these, and you're going to want to fringe them. So I left a little bit here just to show you. You want to cut very thin strips. So this can be a little tedious as well, honestly. If you have your Cricut machine and you oh my gosh, what is the image? Oh my God, I don't remember the name of the image, but I know there is an image out there that you're able to create something like this, and you're able to manipulate the size. Gosh, I don't remember. See, I don't really use it just because personally I like to cut it. And you know me, I like to show you guys centers that don't require machines because I understand that not a lot of you have them. So I like to show you how to make things without any cutting machines, because a lot of people assume that I cut all my petals with my Cricut machine, and I don't, guys. The only time I use my machine is for certain centers, such as the spiral. Although I do have a highlight story on my Instagram, guys, showing you guys how to make a spiral center without a Cricut machine. So if you want to check that out, you can find it under my Instagram highlight stories. And leaves is the only time I really use my Cricut. But other than that, I mean, I don't use it for flowers. I hand cut everything. So enough chatting. So let's get started. So what you're going to do is that you're going to layer both of them like this. Okay. So we are going to roll her. So you want the gold part facing you. If you are using this paper, the one that's one-sided. But if you're using cardstock that is double-sided, it does not matter which way is facing you. Now you're going to want something thin. I'm using a thin wooden dowel. This is from Target. I bought a variety pack, and honestly it was like $2, maybe less than that. So I just like to use it to help me curl, or roll, should I say. And we're just going to give it a roll. Until we have it all rolled. Just like this. And the reason too I stuck that in there, and I should say, is because we're going to be sticking something inside the center of this. And that's just to hold the gem, but this is just going to be just an extra step if you want to add a little bling. All right, so now that we have her rolled, you need your glue gun. And we're going to secure these ends. Just like this. So this is what we want. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-stick this in here, because now what we want is we want to separate these. So this might be a little tedious, I'm not gonna lie. So now what you're going to do is you want to grab a hold of just a section. Grab another wooden dowel or something a little bit more thicker, and you're going to roll these babies back. Just give them a slight curl back. Just like this. And you're gonna be doing this until you do all of these. Some of the white will be showing, but once you're all done, you can just flip them to the gold part. So yeah, just grab little sections. Kind of reminds me of a bursting firework. Yeah, they can get in your way too. But the whole point is that you want this. Sorry, you can hear my dogs. You want the middle part separated. Let me stick this back in here, just to make sure. Just give it a little. So this is what you want. Something like this, okay? And you see that hole? That's exactly what we want. So now, and again, like I said, you're gonna see, if you get this one-sided paper, just flip the side that you can see. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna stick her in the center of that hole. Remember, we have that hole? She should fit in there. So I'm gonna add first some glue in there, and then just slightly glue around, not to cover. And then we are going to stick her in there. Okay, so she's in there, just like that. So now, because you want to add a gem, so I'm going to add this little square gem. So you could glue her in the center, but typically when it comes to these, I find it that it doesn't hold well. I need to stick something in there to give it an extra hold. So what I do, this is what I do, guys. I just cut a tiny little square. So this is about 2.5 by 2.5 square. All you're going to do is give it a roll. So again, guys, this is how I make the center, but if you guys know an easier way, go for it. I'm just sharing what works for me, or how I came about it, if that makes sense. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of glue, and I am going to stick her in the center, just like that. Do you see? She's sticking out right there. So this is why I said first we needed to cover this, because then those centers are going to be sticking onto the back. Now what I like to do is add the glue to the center of whatever gem I am using, and then place it on top of that. You're totally going to give it a few seconds to hold, but essentially that is what you want. Can you guys see that? And you are all done with your flower. And of course you can go back and straighten these out and fix them, but I just want to show you the gist of it, of the center. And she is cute. All right, guys, I hope you guys found that helpful. And if you're interested in the template, you can go to www.arielleesedesigns.com, and she is my template 15. All right, bye.